Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Balanced Bites. I'm excited to be back with you again on today. We are going to be continuing our series on the power of intentional goal setting. And today, specifically, we're going to be talking about what the benefits are of setting goals that are aligned with your values, your priorities, the things that are most important to you. But before we dive into today's topic, please do me a favor and like, share, comment so that this message can get pushed out to as many people as possible. Also, I have a very exciting announcement to make. I have been working on taking my goal setting, my comprehensive signature goal setting process, and putting it into a workbook format for those of you who may not necessarily want to go through my coaching program that walks you through this and helps you to implement. Maybe you're just a self starter and you don't want to wait. You're like, I want to dive in and plan out my strategic action plan so that I can achieve my goals right now, Trisetta. So I've got something special for you, and that is my visionary action plan workbook. It is finally live on Amazon after it getting kicked back multiple times. But anyway, it is finally live on Amazon. So head over there, grab your copy of the Visionary Action Plan workbook. It is going to be your guide to strategize, execute, and achieve all your goals. It's available for $25 there. Please do me a favor and support this workbook, and also share it with others, anyone else who might want to be have some really ambitious goals that they want to achieve. All right, so let's go ahead and get started and dive into today's topic. Setting goals is really not about just creating a to-do list for whatever the specific goal is that you have, right? It's not about just kind of achieving some sort of external milestone, if you will. Really, what it is, it's about creating a roadmap that aligns with your deepest values, aspirations, and your vision for your life. We oftentimes set goals kind of in a vacuum. We don't really necessarily think about what kind of life we want to build for ourselves. We typically will kind of be like, oh, that looks good, or this is just kind of the next thing, or the obvious next thing, or maybe we've seen other people who are successful in the career path that we have chosen or in business, and we're like, okay, well, that's the obvious next step for me from where I am right now. And that's not, while you can do that and have some great success, that may not necessarily be advantageous to you, because those goals may or may not align with the life that you want to create for yourself. And you may do all this hard work to achieve the goal only to find out that I don't really want this. I can't believe that I spent all this time working towards this and it's not even really something that I want. So when we align our goals with our true selves, right? When we align our goals with the things that are most important to us and the life that we want to lead or live, the benefits are going to extend far beyond any achievement that you may accomplish. What happens is it touches every single aspect of our lives, right? You may be focusing on an individual thing. I was just talking about this last night. I had an opportunity to um, present, to do a session with one of my mastermind sisters with her mastermind group. And we were talking about this very thing last night, and how when you prioritize things, when you establish goals and you decide that these are the things that you're going to focus on, sometimes we're afraid to pare down to just a few things to put our attention on or to prioritize, because we're afraid that we're just going to completely neglect everything. It's like, oh, well, I can't let those other things go. You're not, that's not what you're doing. You're simply saying, these are the things that are most important right now. And that's where I want to drive my focus. That's where I want to drive my attention and create momentum and impact there, knowing and recognizing that as you elevate one area of your life, it is going to expand out into all aspects of your life. So it's really important for you to take the time to set these goals in alignment with the life that you want to create, right? And it's from our sense of purpose, from our sense of fulfillment, that we start to create this overall well being and happiness. And that's what happens when you set goals and achieve them that are in alignment with the life you want to create, right? I think I've said that 20 times, 20 different ways, but I really want you to get an understanding of what I mean there. All right. So, one of the primary benefits of setting your goals in alignment with your values or your like purpose, however you want to view that, is clarity. And clear is kind. Like Brene Brown says, clear is kind. When you know what it is that you want to accomplish, it helps you to be able to align yourself. It helps you to be able to know what direction to go in, what to do, right? When we take time to identify what our values are, what our vision is, and then align our goals accordingly, we gain this newfound sense of clarity. We know what truly matters to us. And that clarity helps us to focus our time, our energy, and our attention and all of our resources on the things that are meaningful and fulfilling rather than getting bogged down with things that distract us or even the expectations of society. I know I have been on this journey, this healing journey for quite a while, um, almost 10 years now. And one of the things that in the last I'll probably say in the last 3 to 4 years, I've realized is that I was doing a lot of things based on what I felt others expected of me, whether it was family members, whether it was my career, or my job, whether it was church, all the different aspects of my life. I was doing a lot of things just because I thought that's what people expected of me. And perhaps they did expect that of me, but those things weren't necessarily in alignment with who I wanted to be and the type of life that I wanted to create for myself. And so I've been taking this time to strip away, right? To release all the expectations of others so that I can truly identify not only what I desire in life, but who I am at my core, because we can oftentimes take on the roles of those expectations and shift and morph ourselves to become the type of person that others want us to be. So taking the time to get clear about what's important, what your values are, what that life vision is for you, really can be a game changer, right? Aligned goals also provide us with this sense of purpose and direction, right? Because you know where you're going. You've got your aim set on a specific destination, right? If you don't know where you're going, then how are you going to know when you get there? Like, I use this example a lot that when you are like, if you want to go on a road trip, I live in Florida. If I wanted to go on a road trip to California, then I need to pull out a map or at least put in the GPS a specific destination so that it can route me to where I intend to be. It can tell me how long the journey is going to be so I know how to plan for my resources around, gas and food and lodging and what to pack, how much to pack, right? I get all that information from knowing what my destination is. But if I just say I want to go on a road trip and just get in the car and start driving without any intended destination, I could end up anywhere. Not only that, I could end up being ill prepared and run out of resources before I get to the place that I desire to get to. So clarity is going to be your friend, right? And sorry, not clarity, but that sense of purpose, that direction from setting your goals and getting clear about them is going to be crucial, right? So when we have a clear vision of where we want to go and the goals that are aligned with that vision, we feel this greater sense of purpose and direction in our lives, right? We wake up each day with maybe a sense of excitement and motivation because you know what you're working towards. You know what really matters to you and why you're waking up in the morning, why you're getting out of bed. You've got something to work towards, right? Additionally, when you set goals that are aligned with your vision, it can increase your motivation. It can increase your ability to be persistent in the thing because you know your why. One of my dear friends, Dr. Lacey Robbins, always says, when you know your why, your what makes sense, or the what makes sense, right? When you know your why, the what makes sense. So if you know that what you're doing is in alignment with your greater why, that vision, that life vision that you're trying to create for yourself, that's going to help you to stay committed and motivated even during those time periods when obstacles come and setbacks come, because we know it's going to happen. No one has ever set out to achieve a goal and not had something come in their way to block them from going in the direction that they want to go, to block them from achieving the thing. Like no one in the history of the world ever, I would venture to guess, has had that experience. We all are going to face some sort of challenge along the way, even if that challenge is ourselves, where we get in our own way, right? We are, as human beings, are driven by a sense of purpose and passion. And that is what fuels our efforts to keep us going, to keep us moving forward, even when things get tough. So, having your goals be in alignment with your life vision is really going to help to give you that push to keep going in the face of difficulties, challenges, setbacks, roadblocks, speed bumps, pitfalls, all the things, right? All those things. Another benefit of aligned goals is that it promotes this greater sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. When we set goals that are in alignment with our values and our vision, we experience that sense of, or that greater sense of satisfaction as we work towards achieving them. I don't remember who it is. I want to say it's Jim Rohn, but if I'm misquoting, then, or if I'm misquoting who it is, then forgive me. But I believe it was Jim Rohn who said that the purpose of a goal is not the achievement of the thing, but a person you become along the way. Right? That is why we get that deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment, because we become the type of person who can do that thing, right? Because when we're stretching ourselves, when we are pushing ourselves to do something that we've not done before, to achieve a goal, then, or even if we're just kind of it's something we've done before and we're stretching ourselves a little bit more or trying to see if we can do it again, we become a better person. We're able to, it shows our perseverance. It shows our ability to be consistent. It shows our ability to be resilient in the face of challenges, right? We have to shift mindsets. We have to learn new skills. There's all kinds of different things that take place when we are in pursuit of a goal, right? I had to, with my workbook that I shared with you earlier, I had to persevere to actually get the workbook published because it kept getting kicked back for something that I personally believe is a glitch in Amazon's KDP system. So I had to find a workaround. I had to find another way to make it happen because I was determined to get this workbook released this month. Now I could have taken my time and gone through all like the help desk and all that, but I had already pre-sold this workbook. I didn't have time. I didn't have time for them to be waiting on support to go back and forth with support. I just found another way, right? It is because I know the why behind the workbook, the significance it has on my greater life vision and the goals that I have for myself and for my business, that I was able to push through and persevere. That's what happens. That's one of the powerful things, one of the powerful benefits of having goals that are in alignment with your values and your vision. So, just to kind of wrap things up or to recap, setting goals or setting aligned goals, excuse me, is not just about achieving some sort of external success. It's about creating a life that's meaningful, fulfilling, and aligned with the true self, your true and authentic self. So when we take time to identify our values and our vision and then set goals that are aligned with that, we start to unlock the door to a life of purpose, passion, and possibility, right? What was once impossible becomes possible. And so I want to encourage you today to, if if you haven't set your goals for the second quarter of 2024, then I encourage you to take some time to take a step back and think about what kind of life you want to create. Think about what kind of um, how you want to live your life. What kind of person do you want to become? Think about those things first. What kind of impact do you want to have? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? Think about those things and then set your goals in alignment with that, because I guarantee you'll be much more likely to stick with the goals and have a more fulfilled and purposeful life. So, thank you for joining me again this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about some strategies on how you can cultivate balance and well being in pursuit of your goals. Because I'm all about balanced ambition. Yeah, we want to achieve our ambitious goals, but we want to do it in a way that honors self, where we don't sacrifice our well being in the process. And so that's what we're going to be talking about next week. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you again next week. And remember, take care of yourself and each other. Have an amazing day.